Mr. and Mrs. Duncan no longer knew what to do. They concluded that something dreadful must have happened, and that they would probably never see their son again. And at the time, he was less than a mile away. They tried their best to be happy, to go about their usual ways, but their usual ways included Sylvester, and they were always reminded of him. They were miserable. Life had no meaning for them anymore. Night followed day, and day followed night over and over again. Sylvester on the hill woke up less and less often. When he was awake, he was only hopeless and unhappy. He felt he would be a rock forever, and he tried to get used to it. He went into an endless sleep. The days grew colder. Fall came with the leaves changing color. Then the leaves fell and the grass bent to the ground. Then it was winter. The winds blew this way and that. It snowed. Mostly the animals stayed indoors, living on the food they had stored up. One day, a wolf sat on a rock that was Sylvester and howled because he was hungry. Then the snows melted. The earth warmed up in the spring sun. Things budded. Leaves were on the trees again. Flowers showed their young faces. One day, in May, Mr. Duncan insisted that his wife go with him on a picnic. Let's cheer up, he said. Let's try to live again and be happy, even though Sylvester, our angel, was no longer with us. They went to Strawberry Hill. Mrs. Duncan sat down on the rock. The warmth of his own mother sitting on him woke Sylvester up from his deep winter sleep. How he wanted to shout, "Mother! Father, it's me, Sylvester, I'm right here!" He couldn't talk. He had no voice. He was stone dumb. Mr. Duncan walked aimlessly about while Mrs. Duncan set out the picnic food on the rock. Alfalfa sandwiches, pickled oats, sassafras salad, Timothy compote. Suddenly, Mr. Duncan saw the red pebble. "Oh, what a fantastic pebble!" he exclaimed. "Sylvester would have loved this for his collection." He put the pebble on the rock. They sat down to eat. Sylvester was now as wide awake as a donkey that was a rock could possibly be. Mrs. Duncan felt some mysterious excitement. "You know, Father," she said suddenly, "I have the strangest feeling that our dear Sylvester is still alive and not far away." I am! Sylvester wanted to shout, but he couldn't. If only he had realized that the pebble resting on his back was the magic pebble. "Oh, how I wish he were here with us on this lovely May day," said Mrs. Duncan. Mr. Duncan looked sad. "Don't you wish it too, Father?" she said. He looked at her as if to say, "How can you ask me such a question?" Mr. and Mrs. Duncan looked at each other with great sorrow. "I wish I were myself again. I wish I were my real self again," thought Sylvester. And in less than an instant, he was! You can imagine the scene that followed. The embraces, the kisses, the questions, the answers, the loving looks, and the fond exclamations. When they had eventually calmed down a bit and had gotten home, Mr. Duncan put the magic pebble in an iron safe. Someday they might want to use it, but really, for now, what more could they wish for? They had all that they wanted. The end. I love this book because first, I remember my grandmother reading this to my little sister. My grandmother was a huge influence on me. She was an English professor who had an incredible library. And I would spend my summers with my grandmother in Lake George, New York. On rainy days, I'd go to the library and I would just read books. So books became a friend and a very, in this book, I remember my sister loved how my grandmother read the voices, the story, and the message of it, I think, is really cool too. That we don't have to look very far to find the things that make us the most happy. Thank you for watching Storyline Online. Make sure to check out all of our stories, and remember, keep watching and keep reading.
I'm waiting for the line to go down too.
Yeah. We have time for one more short one. You can find a short one.
Yay, we get one more story.
Yeah, we still next one we have to do we already do this one?
Which one is it? Clark the Shark? Yes.
No. No, you didn't.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
I remember we did we did Harry.
We did the garbage barge. We did Harry the.
Short one. We did Harry.
We.
That one's too long.
We can do that.
Next week we're gonna.
We did Harry the 30
I
dog.
ran for president. Did we do that one?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We did it at the beginning of the year. We did that. Can we do library line? I used to.
Well, me and my check. Alright, that one's 5 minutes, so that's not.
Hello. I'm in like
No, wait, do the Hobbit. Everyone's away.
the story. My cat by Satoshi Kidamura was illustrated and written by. Late one night, an old lady in a pointed hat came in through my bedroom window. She brandished her broom at me and fired at some words. Then she left without saying goodbye. Nicholas, wake up. You'll be late for school. It must be Mom. It must be morning again. Mom dragged me to the bathroom and made me wash and dress. Downstairs, she interrupted my breakfast. She was furious. She carried me off to catch the school bus. I had gone, but I was stuck here. How strange, I thought to myself, pulling my whiskers. Whiskers? I rushed to the bathroom and looked at myself in the mirror. Leonardo, my cat, was staring back at me, but it wasn't him inside. It was me, Nicholas. I couldn't believe my eyes. I had turned into a cat. Don't panic, I told myself. I sat in the armchair to consider the situation carefully. I fell asleep. When I woke up, I felt a little better. Maybe it wasn't such a bad thing to be a cat. I didn't have to go to school anymore. I hopped onto the table and from there took off my shackles. What for? I didn't ever do this before. I decided to leap toward the cupboard on the other side of the room. Ready, set. While I was rattling in the garden, Tia Fonda, the next door neighbor, came up and licked me all over my hands. Yeah, time to go for a walk. The brick wall was warm under my paws. As I got close to Miss Thompson's garden, a funny thought occurred to me. Miss Thompson had given me Leonardo when he was a kitten. Leonardo was Heloise's son. Did that mean that Heloise was now my mother? Meow, meow. Hello, Mom, I called tentatively. She ignored me completely. Farther along, we came across 3 mean-looking cats. Excuse me, may I go through? I said. No, go away. It's our wall, replied one. Well, I think the wall belongs to Edward. But before I could finish my sentence, they were all over. They punched and kicked and scratched one another until we fell off the wall. La 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 la. Dogs were running, barking furiously. The cats ran away in all directions. It was Bernard, Mr. Stonestone. He's a sweet dog, a favorite in the neighborhood. Thanks, Bernard. You came just in time. He chased me out of the garden. Of course, he couldn't recognize me. So this was the world that Leonardo lived in. Life was as tough and complicated as it was for humans. When I got home, I went into the house. Then I heard a scratching noise coming from the front door. It was me, school, trying to get into the cat. But was he me, Nicholas? Or was the poor little Leonardo inside my body? Once indoors, he continued to behave strangely. He scratched himself earnestly, and when he was done, he challenged his shoes and took his own. He licked his scalp, then spent a long time sharpening his nails. He found the goldfish particularly fascinating. He tried to sort the lobster and the yarn, but at last he gave up. He found the radiator in the litter box, irresistible, but he didn't seem to like me at all. At last, Mom saw something was wrong with her son. She became so worried that she called the doctor and asked him to come at once. Nothing to worry about, said Dr. Wyatt. He's just a little overtired. Send him to bed early and he'll be fine in the morning. Mom was still very upset. She held him tight in her arms all evening. I felt sorry for them both. I climbed on Leonardo in my shape and stroked his cheek. He purred. Then Mom stroked me gently. I purred. Later that night, the old lady in the pointed hat came in through my bedroom window. Sorry, love, I got the wrong address, she said. She brandished her broom and blurted out some words. Then she left without saying goodnight. Nicholas, wake up! You'll be late for school, I heard Mom shouting. Everything was back to normal. At school, Mr. McGough sat on the table. He scratched himself, licked his shirt, and fell asleep for the rest of the lesson. That's the end of our story. It's been very enjoyable to sit here and read to you. If you'd like to rent this book from the library, you can go to your local library. And maybe you can read along with me. So you can click on me and I'll read the story, and you can read the book with me. So thank you very much.
Lord of the Rings. Yeah, we know.
I think I know why the kids said no. That's what the radio speaker I can do that. I'll put the one on my other stuff. What does it say?
Alright, the DLR is up on the board, so you can go ahead and get that. And let's see.
Yes.
Roll one, boys, bathroom. You can roll two bathroom, boy, girl. Roll three bathroom, boys and girls. Okay, you gotta go to the bathroom?
Bread. Got me some bread. Bread.
And garlic.
Bread.
Alright, now last thing,
Bread.
boys, come on.
Bread. How did I get the house with no bed? He's built in here. What can I make? No, I don't want to do that. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, please do subscribe. But I don't even care if you don't.